Hi, cuties. I'm Laniki, and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is General Hospital Edition. Today is Tuesday, April the 18th, 2023. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to actually give this one, it was like, some parts were, I'm going to give it a 6.5. It was all right. So we start off with Chase, Dante, and Brooklyn, and they reinstate. I'm not gonna hold y'all long on this. They reinstate Chase so he can be a cop again, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Brooklyn." And then he tells Dante, "I can't believe she did this." And when he turned back around, Brooklyn was gone, and so him and Dante sit down and they talk and everything, and he says, you know, Brooklyn helped me out, but then he also says, but she's the reason I wasn't I had to go through all this in the first place. I just like, Chase, you so confused. You're indecisive. I don't care if you're with the girl or not at this point. But Dante said you're gonna be a cop again, and he says I don't care when Jordan reinstates me, but I'm gonna be out at the station 24/7. He said you're gonna be helping on the Hunter Star case. He said that might be solved by the time I get back. And then he hands him his badge and said, "We already knew you were gonna get your badge back, so Jordan already signed off on it and everything. So you're a cop again." That's it with them. Now then we go over here to Gregory and Alexis, because y'all remember yesterday he fell down. So when he fell down, she helped him up and everything, and then she taught he was shaking. So she said, "I can help you drink the water." And he said, "No, just give me a few minutes." And then he lets her know he has because she's like, "Wow, who have you talked to a doctor about the shakes? Have you done anything?" He said no, because there's pointless. And she was like, "What?" And he says, "I have ALS." And she was like, "Oh my gosh." And so she's sad to hear that. I said, "Man, y'all gave him a like." So y'all don't want him to be on this show. He's not going to be a legacy character. You're not legacy, but he's not going to be a character that's going to be on here for many more years. You know what I mean? Y'all not setting him up for that. Okay, because that's what I got out of that. They're not setting him up for that, because they're, especially when he was completely healthy, and they really are showing the progression of the disease. So I'm like, okay, so he's not going to be on here for the rest of the, what, 2 years maybe. But anyway, so he still doesn't want to tell his boys, because he said they're going to have to take care of him enough when when he's not going to be able to take care of himself when the disease is full functioning. He won't be able to take care of himself, so he doesn't want to tell his boys about what's going on with him, because he wants them to enjoy their lives as long as possible. And so Alexis is just like, she's there for him. So then we go over here, child, to my couple, Robert and Diane. So Diane, Robert Carter messed up and everything. And so they sitting out there, because he said he gonna work on it, because it's gonna take the tow truck 2 hours. And so he said, "I'm gonna work on it because I can get it fixed in that time." And she said, "All right, then go." And so he started working on the car, and he asked her about working for Sunny, or she might have brought it up. But she said the first thing that Alexis just abruptly quit Sunny, and then she took over the job. And the first thing that happened was Sunny's accountant said that we have somebody down in the station, PCPD, and we need you to get them out. So she said she did her whole little lawyer thing, and then this man boy came out, and he was like, "Thank you, my mobster lawyer or mob lawyer or something." And he was like, it was Spinelli, and she was like, "Yeah." And she never felt someone who was so grateful and thankful. And she said, "Yeah, Sonny, she knows who he is, but she doesn't cross the line. She knows where the line is, and knows where not to cross." And she said Jason was the best, because he knew the exact window that she needed to let her be able to do her job without, it doing causing any morals or ethical um her ethics, ethical, is it ethics, yeah, her ethics, without crossing the line of her morals. And so she was like, Jason was the best at that. You know what's so funny is y'all miss Jason over here. Y'all want Steve Burton back on GH. I'm indifferent to it. But and so he over on Days of Our Lives, and on Days of Our Lives, they like, get rid of him. I'm like, that is crazy. How y'all want him and they got him, and they're like, get rid of him. We want Hope with Bo. We don't want this man. But anyway, so Diane and Robert continue to talk, and then he tells her, "Hold this right here, and I'm gonna go and turn on the engine." Baby, he got her pretty coat all messed up. And so she's like, oh my gosh. And so she got on his baseball jersey. And then she says the tow truck gonna be another hour, and then they start talking some more, and he slide up to her, and she said, you're not gonna kiss me like this. And then he kisses her, and she went ahead and wrapped her arms. I said, you better get your man Diane and stop playing. He said he don't care what you looking like. He want, all I want is you. Now that okay, so then we go over here to Michael and Willow, and Willow is just telling Michael, please, Michael, will you please forgive Sonny so that he can be at this wedding? I'm not gonna have any feels for Nina, and she already knows she ain't get. I mean, I'm thinking she won't be at the wedding anyways, but even if she does, I'm gonna take care of Nina or whatever. Even before that happens, even if she's thinking she could come, she said, but I don't want this division, and I don't want Donna and Avery to have to choose between you and their daddy or whatever. And Michael said, all right, we can invite him. And that was it with y'all. I'm sorry, I'm not into the Michael and Willow love story. So then we go over here, and Valentine lets them know that Trina was able to call, and they believe they have the location of the haunted store, and they were like, oh my gosh, that's great news. And so then Valentine talks to Nina, and he asks her about Willow, and she says it's very exciting, but she doesn't want anything to do with her. Plus, she doesn't have much time left, and so she's just being respectful of that. But Valentine is very happy for Nina to have a child because he knows how much she wanted a child, and all that, and he just wants to make sure Sonny is treating her right. And she said he is. Everything is all good. And so and Sonny and Nina both let Valentine know, we don't hold you accountable for what your dad did. And he says, I want you to know I'm gonna put him down when, Valentine, because when y'all gonna take Victor down? Who is working on this? But anyways, we go over here with Sonny in Brooklyn. She tried to pick up Leo, but Leo's not ready yet, and everything. So they start talking, and he said, you ain't got bad news, do you? Because they had some bad news. And she said, no. And so he asked her about Chase, and she said, oh, I'm talking to me about my love life when all this is going on. He was like, no, I want to hear about it because it's a nice distraction. So she lets him know that Chase got reinstated, and he said, that's good news. He said, now y'all could do something. And she said, no. And he said, Brooklyn, go for what, life too short. You got to go for what you want, and be happy. And she was like, okay, I hear you. And then she started talking about Michael and Willow. He said, what about them? Because she started talking about a wedding. And she said, Michael and Willow getting married tomorrow. And she was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know you didn't know. And he was like, no, I'm happy for them. And he let it go. So then Sonny see Nina again. And he tells her, I have to tell you something. She said, what is it? He said, it's about Willow. And she was like, so he didn't get to tell her. We're going to see that tomorrow. So then we go over here. Pissed me off. Pissed me smooth off. We go over here, and of course they about to sell Ethan because Ethan is a con young man. And so these people are bidding on him because he robbed them. He's done some things. And so that's one of the reasons why they're bidding on him. Because they like, I'm gonna get my lick back. And so he is up for auction for them to, pretty much say, okay, run out in the field and we're gonna come chase you. We gonna come chase you with guns until. That's what I think about. I think about all those movies where they be doing it to people, where they be hunting people. Remember Ice-T was in that movie, and it was those three men. I don't remember who they were, but it was those three men, and they used Ice-T for sport, like for hunting. Baby, I'm gonna have to find that movie again and watch it. That was a good movie. I watched it like twice back in the day. But anyways, child, let's get back to this, Nikki. So we're on General Hospital with Holly and Felicia, and Holly is bidding. But Felicia said, girl, we ain't got this money. What you trying to do? I said, not y'all coming up in here and don't have a plan. Oh, child. So anyways, then this mystery person, Holly don't have the funds, is what it is. They said, give me your account number, we can transfer these funds right now. And they said, oh, you don't have them? Okay, it goes to the next bidder. So the woman that comes in, she hooded up all in white and everything, and she trying to bid and stuff. She unbid, and she trying to get rid of it, like get Ethan so they can all get out. But Holly she's so scared because that's her son. So I'm gonna let you have it. I'm gonna let you make it, Holly. But anyways, some kind of way Tracy's hat got knocked off, and there she was, Tracy Quarterman. I said, baby, it don't get no better when it comes to the hair. She's always had gorgeous hair and everything. So anyways, and then here go Felicia. I don't know why it pissed me off, but it did. Tracy? I said, oh Lord. And then I said, Felicia, You're supposed, yeah, like what y'all doing? Take y'all butts home because y'all ain't did nothing this whole time. Y'all didn't get Victor. Y'all plans be horrible. You and Anna hopped y'all self over there. And remember Jennifer Smith? She all up in prison because Valentine got the okey doke on y'all then. What are y'all doing? What y'all be doing for real? So, anyways, Felicia's like, Tracy, what are you doing here? And I said, Felicia, what's wrong with you? And Tracy said, you're not helping this man. Well, I was trying to get Ethan and escape, but y'all not, you didn't help it. And so then the man said, y'all working together. So then they finna handle up on them because they was like, oh, there's some trickery going on right here. And but then Ethan, he had been working his hands, so he knocked out one of the guards, and Felicia and Holly took another one. And the man with the tablet with the money on it, the funds, he said, oh, I don't care if you kill him or not, I'm gone. So he left with the money. And so that leaves Tracy and all them or whatever. And then Ethan said, thank you so much for the rescue. And they leave child. And that was General Hospital today, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you tomorrow for the new episode of What Happened on the Soaps General Hospital edition. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.